Hello! This video is part of a series where I read over old issues of my comic Hellgate and give some commentary. Hellgate started in 2003 when I was 15 and ran till 2009. You can read it for free at jaegercomics.com. This footage was captured from my streams over at twitch.tv/Jaeger_comics. Alright, this is Hellgate Battle 25. Beyond All Expectations from 2007. Last time on Hellgate Battle 24, Comeback Safe Courtney's Heart, Neil reached the Demon Castle. That's castle spelt wrong. He fights the Demon King and was able to get the gem from him. However, the gem was warped. When Neil tried to use it, it absorbed him, Demonic, the Jaeger Sword, and God. So yeah, last time Neil had learned that if he got the red gem back, small little red gem, he could use it to slay all demons at once. However, the Demon King was kind of expecting this because at some point the gem had become warped from being in the Demon King's presence for too long. As a result, instead of absorbing all the demons with demonic energy, it absorbed everything with holy energy, which included Neil, Demonic, the Jaeger Sword itself, and God. And that is where we left off. So we are just here in the void. Where? Where am I? Endless nothingness. We're in the gem. Demonic? We're in the gem? Back at the Demon Castle. Chirp! Where you at, dog? Stop saying that. Okay, so can everyone hear me? Chirp, where you at, dog? Where you at? Hey, where you at? No, I know where you at. Word, dog. Come on, dog. Chirp. Shut up! Listen up. Neil and God are gone for good. So here are your new orders. Go forth. Spread death and destruction as you please. I need a new hand. For real. And to lose the phone. Where you at? I'll explain that in commentary. It's probably a dated reference for sure. So back at the gym. How did this happen? The gym was supposed to slay the demons. The gem has become warped. Oh. It spent the last 4 years in the hands of the Demon King. Before that, it spent 2,000 years in hell. All this caused the gem to warp. So instead of absorbing everything with demonic energy, it absorbed everything with holy energy, including the Jaeger Sword, Demonic, you, and myself. And you are? God. Zunk! Why is the penguin here? He too has holy energy. Why? Why not? Zunk! Alright, so how do we get out? We can never leave. It is impossible. I can't believe that! If this place traps holy energy, maybe it will eject demonic energy. Here goes. Ah! He goes into his demonic form. There. I'm sorry, Neil. That won't work. 2 weeks later. Back at the beach house. Thank you so much for staying, Amber. Don't worry about it. I'll stay here in case Neil returns. Thanks. Drive away. Look at that sweet car I could draw back then. Dick Cheney was sworn in yesterday following the death of President Bush. The late president was killed in a demon attack. The story is the same across the world as the body count continues to rise. It's been 2 weeks since the demons began spreading death and destruction. This could be a very bad idea. I can't sit around anymore. I have to try to help. Neil, Where are you? Back in the gym. So, what's with the demons? What's the point?
Neil wants to know the meaning of life.
It started as an experiment. Experiment? Yes. Holy versus demonic. I would make a planet and fill it with holy and demonic life forms. They would battle for control of the planet. Demonic would always win. So I would leave and do it again on another planet, but would always end up the same. So I finally made a planet with only demons. That planet was Earth. Back then, Earth was perfect for the demons, dark and volcanic. Then I had an idea. I could make life that did not have holy or demonic energy, life that could choose to do good or evil. So I sent the demons to hell. I made them immortal to keep their numbers from increasing or decreasing. Then I threw a planet into the Earth. The aftermath of the impact put Earth on the course to the place it is today. The Earth became habitable, and what was left of the other planet became the moon. Meanwhile, in the city... Please don't kill me. If you cannot keep me from killing you, human, then you have no right to live. Someone help! Die. Jesse, just in the nick of time. Who are you? Jesse Hones, you? Aku. You know you can't kill me. I have to try. So be it. I will give you the first cut. Bam! Right down the middle. Spoke too soon. Right down the middle! Oh, and the blood starts to come back together. And the body heals. Do you see now? Damn it, Neil. We need you. I got an idea. Holy energy doesn't work, and dishing out demonic energy did nothing, so I gotta make something new. I'll combine holy and demonic energy in my body. That is not possible.
Don't be stupid. Zerk.
I have to try. Holy. Demonic. And now, both. And with that, boom.
He did it. Zerk.
Any reason to keep this?
Well, you can't use it to slay demons now, but if Demon King gets it back, he can use it to get stronger.
All right, teleport us home.
Right.
Today that boy surprised me. I who am supposed to be all-knowing. To be continued. Next time on Hellgate, Battle 26, Bloodlust. Neil's back, but is he strong enough to face Aku? And what has caused Neil to go insane with rage? Will the Demon King's original plan finally be realized? Anyway, so yeah, this was one of the more simple covers to make. Not much to say about that. I remember when I first put out this issue, a friend of mine was like, wow, yeah, this one looked easy. Yeah, no, this started easy. Very easy doing these first few pages, but I think it was important to kind of show the void he was in. And I think I pointed this out. It's been a while. I think I pointed this out that at the end of the last issue, when we saw this gem fall next to this dandelion, it was in the flower form, and now it's in the puffball form. Okay, so now this whole chirp thing, where you at, dog? So this is going to have to take you back to roughly 2007, before smartphones. There was this feature with Boost Mobile. I don't know if they're even still around. Boost Mobile had a certain type of cell phones that had a walkie-talkie type feature, but it was, you didn't have to be within radio range. I don't think. I think it was through the cellular network, but it worked like a walkie-talkie. And all their commercials were just, they made a chirp sound whenever you click on it. And that was the slogan for the commercials, like, where you at, dog? Boost Mobile. And so that was the reference I was making here, is that the Demon King decided to get all the demons Boost Mobile phones as a way to communicate with them. It's a bit, I think it's a bit like too silly, honestly. I would not put this in if I was making this now. But it worked for the time, I guess. And then we cut back to the dandelion, and now the seeds are floating away. So just a little something I put in. And then, yeah, I think I decided pretty early on I wasn't going to show what God looked like, because I didn't really want to feel like tackling what God looks like. So instead, God just has this voice with this very wispy, angelic looking speech bubbles. That is how I define. That's all you see of God, is just his speech. And yeah, this basically just explains to Neil what we kind of saw in earlier issues, is that, being in demonic presence for too long warped the gem. And then we have the soon-to-be known, his name is not known yet in this issue, but yes, it is in fact Hippo the Penguin. He was put in on an absolute whim. I just thought it was funny that like, I was like, oh, here's all the ones holding energy. There's Neil and Demonic and God and random ass penguin. And I don't know where I got Zonk from, honestly, but that's the noise he makes. Zonk. So you can see this is very early. This is the earliest design of Hippo. He looks a bit different now, especially the beak. You can kind of see here on the right, he had a bit of like a parrot beak more in the beginning. That's because I didn't look at a penguin for reference when I first drew him. He also has like a smaller forehead than I draw him now with typically. And also he actually has like a round head shape instead of just kind of the solid body to head thing he's got going on now. And that would just change very little over time. But right now he doesn't have his name yet. We don't know his name. But no, you probably don't remember. It's been a while. But you actually did see a glimpse of Hippo getting sucked into the gem at the end of last issue. And then just this big like column of energy getting sucked in. That was God. So God, that'd be amazing. And yeah, we don't have a reason on why Hippo has holy energy. And yeah, Neil's friends decide that they want to just try to do something and go help people. So, okay, I want to talk about this a bit. So, within the lore of Hellgate, again, this takes place in 2007, which was during the presidency of George W. Bush. It was before Barack Obama became president in 2008, or in the election in 2008. I think he took office in 2009, right? I think that's how that works. In any case, and Dick Cheney was the vice president. So this was not a political thing, me deciding that George Bush is killed by a demon. That was not any type of statement. I had some political feelings at that age, but they really didn't, they weren't very strong. It was very, I wasn't that knowledgeable. So this wasn't me just being like, yeah, I'm going to kill President Bush. No, that's not the thought process at all. And that's why I would not do this now. I would not write it this way because it's hard for it not to come off that way. Typically, stories will sometimes reference real life presidents, and that's what I was doing here. I had referenced President Bush earlier in the series, and that's fine. And typically, they still try to stay out of it politically, and they just kind of keep it pretty neutral. Like, yeah, he's the president, blah 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 blah. However, whenever a story wants to do anything with that president, such as have them involved in the plot in some way, like, oh, it's an alien show and like the aliens take the president away, or something bad happens to the president, like he's assassinated, it's always a fictional president. Always. It's always, oh, President Carson, And I think for very good reason. I think it's in poor taste to kill off an actual politician in your story. It's a little messed up. Especially a sitting politician. Unless you want to do some, like, if you did something weird, like what if history, like, oh, what if Henry Ford was shot and disappeared, you know. Oh, well, we got to fix the timeline, stuff like that. But I mean, like, a sitting president killing him off in your story, that's in bad taste. I think I get away with it because I was in high school at the time. Oh, I was in college at the time, but still. So yeah, I wouldn't do it that way again. I would make up some fictional president, or I would just leave this part out. But there was no political idea behind this. I just wanted to create more stakes within the story and saying, like, yeah, in this world, like, yeah, we have a President Dick Cheney because George Bush was killed by demons. Stargate does something similar in its series. Early in Stargate, it's implied that Bill Clinton is the president, which would have been the president at the time that show started. But then later, they make up their own fictional president who took over after Bill Clinton, and that's so they could have stories involving the president learning about the Stargate program and dealing with alien invasions and stuff like that. Then Neil asks about the meaning of life. And okay, so we learned some stuff here where the demons come, like basically God made demons and holy creatures, put them on a planet. The demons kept winning. So eventually he made Earth as kind of their prize planet, and it was nothing but demons on the early Earth. But then God got the idea for the neutral life forms, i.e. all of the life we know, humans and animals and plants and trees and all that stuff. But the demons were still owed their prize. Kinda. So he locked them underneath the earth in hell and made them immortal so they wouldn't overpopulate or depopulate down there. I think God legitimately doesn't see why that's the worst idea if you're trying to be good to the demons. But anyway, this here, the idea of a small planet hitting the earth and the remnants hitting the moon, I think this is more well known now, but I still don't think that everyone talks about it. But that is the current actual theory on the formation of the moon. It's called the Great Impact Theory. That there, early in the Earth's development, before it had even cooled off, there was another Mars-sized planet between us and Mars. It's usually called Theia, and that it struck. Now, it didn't strike the way I drew it here. It wasn't a dead-on. It was more of like a grazing, and it disintegrated and ripped off a lot of Earth, and the remnants congealed into the moon. And it's actually one of the theories on why our planet still has a lot of geological, like our core is still hot, while a planet like Mars is pretty much cold now. And that's because we have a much bigger core because we absorbed the core of that other planet. So we have a bigger core, so it's taking longer to cool off. That's why we still have volcanoes and geological activity and plate tectonics and all that kind of stuff. So I think I had just learned about that theory when I wrote this comic, and I just really liked it. But that's an actual theory on. It's also, explain why the moon is made up of mostly Earth material, because it's made up of material that got ripped off the planet during that impact. And then we have Aku. He will be a reoccurring character for some time. And yes, that's the Demon Greatsword. I am very proud of that design. It's got a big eye on it. We'll see more about how that works later. Aku is Japanese for evil. It's also the name of the villain in Samurai Jack. That's how I know that. But yeah, I like Aku's design, but I'll talk more about him in later issues. This girl here is actually based off a fan of Hellgate from back then. I don't know that we learn her name in the comic. There's a book I made later that kind of like explains a lot of characters, and her name's Amanda Nightroad. And yes, Jesse gets a direct hit, but only the Jaeger sword can harm a demon, and so Aku heals even from an attack like that. Neil gets his idea to combine demonic and holy energy, and we see our first bit of color within the pages of Hellgate, because I wanted to show what happens when you blend holy demonic energy, and we get this hint of blue coming in. And when you combine demonic and holy energy, you get this blue energy. What's this energy called? I have not named it yet, but I will tell you. It will play a role in a future issue of Heaven Gate. And this tells me that I already had Heaven Gate in mind at this point, and we're only about halfway through Hellgate. I already had Heaven Gate in mind because I can already see some of the seeds I was trying to plant. I could see that a couple issues ago, honestly, with some ideas that would later come to fruition in Hellgate. But with that, they get out, and that's the end of the issue with a to be continued. So there we go. That is Hellgate Battle 25 Beyond All Expectations. Thank you for that, Redeem. Kirby.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, and I'd love to read your comments below. And make sure you're subscribed so you know when the next comic goes up. Also, check the description for a playlist of any readings you may have already missed. And if you'd like to read ahead, all of these comics are free on my website, YagerComics.com. Bye!